You ever notice how some people earn the same salary as you, live in the same city, drive similar cars, but somehow 10 years later, they're in a completely different financial position? It's not because they got lucky. It's not because they worked harder. It's because somewhere along the way, they made different decisions. Small ones, daily ones, the kind you don't even think about. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say you're 28 years old. You live in a mid-sized US city. You make $4,500 a month after tax. That's about $54,000 a year, gross solid middle-class income. Rent is $1,400. Car payment, $360. Insurance, $180. Student loan minimum payment, $220. Phone bill, $75. Groceries and essentials, maybe $400. Utilities, $120. Add it up, and you're at $2,755 in fixed costs. That leaves you with $1,745. Now, $1,745 sounds like a lot, right? That's breathing room, that's freedom, that's supposed to be where your financial future gets built. But here's what actually happens. You grab coffee 3 times a week, $18 a week, $72 a month. You order takeout twice a week because you're tired, $50 a week, $200 a month. You've got Netflix, Spotify, a gym membership you barely use, cloud storage, and a couple other subscriptions you forgot about. $85 a month total. You go out with friends twice a month, spend maybe $120. You buy something online, new shoes, a gadget, a jacket you didn't need but it was on sale, $150. That's $627 in what feels like nothing. You're not being reckless. You're not buying a yacht. You're just living. But now you're down to $1,118. And there's still gas, car maintenance, birthday gift for someone, maybe a weekend trip. Suddenly that $1,745 is gone. And at the end of the month, you've saved nothing. Or worse, you've put $200 on a credit card. Here's the thing nobody tells you. The system is designed to make small purchases feel harmless. $5 here, $18 there, $12.99 a month. It doesn't trigger your brain's "this is expensive" alarm. Because individually, none of it is expensive. But collectively, it's a financial sinkhole. Let's do the math on just the coffee. $18 a week is $936 a year. If you invested that instead, just that coffee money at an 8% annual return, in 20 years, you'd have $46,000 from coffee. Now, add the takeout. $200 a month is $2,400 a year over 20 years at 8%. That's $123,000. I'm not saying don't ever have coffee or takeout. I'm saying most people don't realize they're trading 6 figures for convenience. And here's the psychological trap. These purchases don't feel like financial decisions. They feel like life. You worked hard. You deserve it. It's just coffee. Everyone does it. But everyone does it is exactly why most people stay stuck. Now let's rewind. Same person, same salary, same city, but different daily choices. Instead of coffee out, you make it at home 4 days a week. That cuts your coffee spending to $36 a month. You meal prep twice a week, cutting takeout to $80 a month instead of $200. You audit your subscriptions and cancel 3. You don't use down to $45 a month instead of $85. Those 3 changes alone save you $235 a month. That's $2,820 a year. If you invest that at 8% annually, in 10 years, you have $43,000. In 20 years, $137,000. In 30 years, $340,000. Same job, same city, same life, but a completely different financial ceiling. And here's what's interesting. The person making coffee at home doesn't feel deprived. They don't feel like they're sacrificing because they're not doing it out of fear or scarcity. They're doing it because they decided their future matters more than automation. That's the difference. Financially intelligent people don't avoid spending because they're cheap. They avoid unconscious spending because they're paying attention. Let's zoom out even further. Two people, same starting point. Person A saves and invests $235 a month from age 28 to 65. Person B doesn't. At 65, Person A has $676,000. Person B has $0. But here's the part that really matters. Person A didn't feel like they were doing anything extreme. They just made slightly different daily decisions. They didn't hustle harder. They didn't get a second job. They didn't win the lottery. They just didn't automate their spending. And that's the uncomfortable truth. Your financial ceiling isn't determined by your salary. It's determined by the gap between what you earn and what you unconsciously spend. Most people never close that gap. Not because they can't, because they never see it. So here's the question. Do you see it yet? Not the guilt, not the shame, just the pattern. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you can't unsee it, you start making different choices. Not out of fear, not out of deprivation, just out of clarity. The small daily choices you make today are writing the script for your financial future. The question is, are you writing it consciously or is it being written for you? If this shifted your perspective even a little, consider subscribing. Not for motivation, just for clarity. Subscribe for more informative videos.